Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are continuing the process of going through a million beads. Today we're in the box that is called Caramel, Salmon, and Rust. Just looking at the label on the front. So I'm going to go as quickly as I can because today I actually want to go through two boxes. So these are beads. These are all wooden beads, and as you can see there's a hole in here. This was actually some type of home decor, but once again, and someone actually strung these all together in the center. I don't know if you can see that, but it's all strung together with some nylon wire. But anyway, these are wooden, and I looked at them and I said, okay, even if I wanted to put a jump ring through this and just let it hang as a dangle, or put a jump ring through it and put a stem with some more beads on it, this would give me a really nice bead to work with. So that's the wooden one. Okay, I'm looking here, and in here this looks like resin. Like I said, I do try to keep my resin beads and my stone beads separated, because sometimes the resin nowadays can look really good and it's hard to tell. But yeah, this is like an amber color. I do have some amber, actual real amber raw beads, but that's an amber color. And like I said, I try to keep the resin separated, so I will figure something to make out of these, but these are the resin beads. This looks to me, I don't know if you can see it from there, I have some sandstone. This is chip. Yeah, this is chip. So I'm not going to be able to use this unless I put like a shell or something over the top of this. But this is a stone. I want to say it's sandstone, but I thought the sandstone had a little bit more glitter in it than this is showing. Let's see here. I see some stone. This looks like this is a quartz to me. Okay, and the stone is actually, it looks like either glass or chipped amber. I think this is chipped amber here. The clear glass in here, I'm pretty sure that's chipped amber. It's either chipped amber or glass. And then this right here is another stone. I want to say it's the cylinder parts of aventurine or quartz. I really got to find out what it is. Okay, but this is a stone here, in here, and then here are more. This looks like this may be a jasper, maybe a jasper stone, and these are stones as well. So I am going to have to figure out, I want to say they're in the quartz family though, guys. I really do want to say they're in the quartz family. Okay, and then we have more stone here. It's beautiful. I don't know if you can see that. That is gorgeous. So I would actually string from here to here, and then fill in the middle. As you can see, the hole here and the hole there, and just fill in the middle with some beautiful beads. Okay, and I was looking to see if I could pull all the stone first and then go through my resin so I could keep it separate. But yeah, this looks like some kind of jasper to me. It's kind of like a salmon sand color, if you could see that. And I have the small and the large pieces. And whenever I'm buying stones, I do try and get the larger stone and a smaller stone, so I have something matching. It's just not by itself, and then I can fill it in with all different types of beads. Okay, I'm going to pull out here this strand of mother of pearl beads. This is gorgeous. But I have noticed with the mother of pearl beads that sometimes the hole is very, very small. So you have to be very careful, because even if you drill through the hole, sometimes it'll crack the bead open. So sometimes I'll just use either real thin wire or nylon thread, and just do a design where I can just thread it through, and I don't have to worry about it not fitting in the hole of a wire. Okay, and then this is another, these two colors together, look at this. They're both mother of pearl. Yeah, they're both mother of pearl. They're gorgeous. Hope if you can see kind of the really shimmer on that. Okay, Denise, let's get through this box. Here's some more stones. Yeah, and like I said, I normally, when I purchase my stones, I do try to get them matching. I think this is cherry quartz, if I'm correct. Or maybe aventurine. Yeah, maybe aventurine. Yeah, this is aventurine. This is not cherry quartz. I try to get different, as you can see, the different stones, the size and the weight, and that just gives you a whole totally different look. If you want to stack, you know, the stones and put something in between it, then you have something matching. And I'm looking to see if I have any more stones in here. Yeah, I have some loose ones, but it's what I've already gone over, so I'll put it in that bag. I think this bag may be all resin. Let me just put the stone in here real quick. Like I said, I keep everything in plastic bags because it does not take long for everything to just go haywire and you have stuff everywhere. So these are necklaces. I think it came in sets of 12. This is resin, but I really like this finish on it, and I liked all the different types of earrings I can actually make out of this. So, you know, sometimes you'll get a bargain like that, and you can use them as filler beads, or even just a kind of marbleized look on it, even though it's resin. Go perfect for my resin customers. These are some more chip stones. Let me see, the chip stones or chip resin? No, this is resin. That's why this is separated. This is resin, and you can see this is just like, I use this as a filler bead, or I use it as a bead, a stop bead that will keep my my stems from going through. Okay, and this is actual raw amber. That is raw amber. So I have a strand of raw amber. These are the smaller chip pieces, but you can see. So this is, actually, I want to keep this with my stones. So this is some more raw amber. I think. Oh, okay. I think I got chip stones as well as the larger. No, this is totally different. Forgive me, guys. This is totally different. This is raw amber. Okay, and this is why I got to keep this stuff separate. This is not. This is just chip resin. Yeah, this is just chip resin. Now here is a stone, and here is a stone. But these fillers in here, that's chip resin. So I'm going to put that to that side. This is more resin. You'll see the earrings that I actually made out of this. So I'm going to give you a look. I like the shape of that bead. But yeah, this is definitely resin. And that's what's in this full bag. Okay, here's some more stones. Yeah, it looks like jasper. This is jasper. I love the shape of this. It's just a nice, elegant kind of look. Yeah, and you'll see in my boxes that I have all types of jasper. I love jasper. And there's a guy that would always come to the gym show, and he had every kind of jasper there is, so I was definitely his best customer. These are more stone. It's natural stones. I need to put that to this side. Okay, come on, Denise, let's get through this. More stones. You can see here. Yeah. And so these are, whenever I have, and I just have one piece of the stone, I keep it like in a bag like this. So if I want to do a design like with the necklace or something that doesn't need a pair, this is perfect for it. Okay, and these are just some like slivers of resin. Got a wood bead in here, and I took this as the jasper, needs to go back in that bag. This is resin. Got some resin baubles in here, and we're almost finished with this. So yeah, so this is all resin here, and then this is some wood pieces, and that's some plastic beads, plastic gold beads. Put this back in here. I've already showed you that necklace. We're looking at more resin here. This is kind of like, it's kind of like a peach, between a peach and a salmon. I like the squareness of it. I would really like this with some bone, some brown bone. I think that would give it a gorgeous look. And excuse the noise. Okay, let's see what this is, because it's a lot of it. And these are necklaces. These are sandstone. These are long sandstone necklaces, so it's a chipped sandstone. Okay guys, I think may have to end this soon. Okay, and I have more sandstone, more beads. This is resin. Yes, this is more resin. And I like the shape and the color of this. So it's a different kind of shape. It's not a round shape. It's kind of like a, I want to say a saucer, aircraft saucer shape. And this looks like, yeah, this is more stone. This is more jasper. These are the round beads to go with the jasper that I had here. So that's what I said, whenever I'm buying beads, I try to get small ones as well as a different shape, so I can use them as filler beads, and they kind of bring the necklace together if I want to use another color. Now these are wooden beads, and once again guys, like I said, you can get your beads anywhere. These are wooden beads, but this is actually a hair scrunchie. And you see how many wooden beads are on here, and I've cut a lot off already. So like I said, you can get your beads from anywhere, and this is definitely a hair scrunchie. And I think in that bag, these definitely came from a hair scrunchie too. So you can see the beads in here as well, as this is all from hair scrunchie, and there are tons of beads on one scrunchie. And last but not least, this is more resin. So these are all resin, big and small, so I can use them together. This is for my resin customers. I'll probably put some metal with this, just to give it a nice kind of funky boho look. Maybe put a little bit of color with it. And I know I said last but not least, but this is more of my stones. I've already taken out the one ring that was like this and showed it to you, the holes through it. And these are the stones that I will probably load in the middle of the ring. And I also have the chip stones, so kind of can fill it in with all of the same stone, give it a really nice look. Alrighty, I thought we were going to get to box 2, but my camera is blinking, so I may have to cut it off here and then start up on the next box here in just a second, guys. Alright? Okay, stay tuned. Hello everyone. And this is part 2 of the video. Today, now I have the box. And let's see if you can see kind of in here. And I'm going to move the box out of the way and just do bag by bag of beads. And today, I'm actually working in the Burgundy box of Burgundy beads. And once again, this is a necklace. I've just taken some of the beads and made earrings out of them. I will show you that towards the end of the video. I am looking here and I'm deciphering whether the beads are resin or whether they're glass or what type of beads they are. These are resin beads, so I'm going to put those to the side. These are all wood beads. And I just like that. I love this like big bulky type earring that you can make out of this. And let me grab a couple of bags out at the same time so it doesn't take so long. But I kind of want to keep this area a little bit clearer so you can see the beads better. I noticed in the last video sometimes when there's a lot in this area you can't really see the beads well. So these once again, and this looks like this is garnet. These are my garnet beads. Yeah, this definitely looks like garnet. Now this is a resin. I can look and see here that this is a resin bead. But the little small, like seed beads, you can see this well. Put it up here. This is definitely like a chip garnet. And so a lot of times I will put that with my bone bead. It just gives it a nice, really nice look to the bead. Okay, now this is actually a belt. I don't know if you can see this. Let me see if I can bring this around a little bit better so you can see it. But this is a belt with beads on the end of it. It looks like it's actually resin. But it kind of has that wood look to it. I don't know if you could see it really well. And I can't remember. I may have gotten this belt like at a Goodwill bins or something like that. You know, where you pay by the pound. But I looked at this and I was like, oh my God, look at all the beads that are on here as this is falling off. All the beads that are on here and the big beads, and the simple fact that I have a center. I can actually run my stem down the center of this large piece. I could actually do work around and frame this as well. This is about 1.5 inches. You can see there, so it's a nice size piece, and the color is just beautiful. It's just that burgundy with the fake wood grain in there, but it's actually resin. So I don't know what I'll be making out of it, but I can't wait on these. This is going to be something, I think, for me that's going to be spectacular. Okay, more resin beads. And I'm trying to remember. I think, yeah, this was a bracelet. This was actually a bracelet. And so this will be nice for my resin customer. So got more resin beads there to the side. Okay, let's see what else we have over here. This is a necklace, and this is with the wooden discs. This is a wooden necklace. I think I showed this before in a rust color. This is in burgundy, so this will make a nice pendant. Yeah, this will make a nice pendant or a nice, what do I want to say, a purse charm dangle. But yeah, look at all of the beads that you get here and how they come together and come. It's just like a kind of accordion kind of look. I love that, along with this, which is also a necklace. And the way that the wood, both of these are wood, but the way that the wood is cut on here. And these colors kind of match a little, so I may think about putting this together with this pendant there. But yeah, this is burgundy. I love that look. So I think I had another strand of the necklaces. And like I said, when you get necklaces like this, and I think I brought this in when I was in Orlando. I went to a jewelry warehouse, and they have that. And I think that there were like 6 necklaces to the pack. But look at all these beads that you get and how beautiful that cut is on these beads. So I'm definitely going to be doing some earrings out of that. I'm looking right now. This looks like, yeah, this is my garnet stones. And looks like they put a little bit of what's the name of this bead right here? What is the bead called? Okay, it should come to me. The red bead. This is garnet with it'll come. Okay, let me pull some other ones out. Get this show on the road. Okay, here's a necklace. Unfortunately, it's tangled up with some chains, but I do want to show you. This is a necklace. Move some of this out the way. Just kind of want to give you an idea. If you can see all the chains, and you can just make beautiful, just those earring drops with the chain, with this coming down. You can gather up and do like a tassel on it. So you can see the tassel. So whether you're doing like multiples with the tassel, or whether you're doing just a single ball and just a drop from the chain, it's just beautiful. So all of these are kind of all tangled, so I'm going to move those over to the side, but those are the chains. I'm looking now and I see more wooden beads, and once again, guys, I was saying you can just get your beads from anywhere. Once again, this is a bracelet, so it has like, I think this is a Chinese, some type of Asian writing on it. But these were bracelets in a bag. So once again, you can pull all of this loose and you're looking at about 10 pair of earrings. It is just, to me, amazing how much product you could get for your money. Okay, and I'm looking at this. This may have been Big Brother, Big Sisters, where the girls were putting together, yeah, the different earrings. These are all resin, but they were just stringing together some earrings and necklace pieces. For some who just didn't want to deal with the pliers and the wire, they just strung a lot to give us something that was already strung together that we could easily make jewelry out of. Okay. And for those of you who don't know, I had a video earlier where I discussed me being a big sister for the Big Brother, Big Sister organization. And what I would do is I would, whenever they had the conference room available, I would bring in all my beads and let the young ladies there make jewelry for themselves and for their family, and for gifts, and also for them to sell their wares and put some money in their pockets. So that's what we did. And some of the young ladies would they just prefer stringing. They said that it was therapeutic. So that's why you'll see some of these that are just a whole bunch of stringing together. Okay, and this is more, is this Jasper? I really got to get my, no, this isn't Jasper. This is, you guys tell me in the comments, because it's definitely slipping. And I did go through, I did go through my stone book last night, but now it's, now I'm losing, I mean, my memory isn't coming to me. But anyway, yeah, this is a stone. This is a precious stone. First I said Jasper because of this look, but I don't know, the looks over here make me think differently. I buy a lot of Jasper. I buy a lot of quartz. Some onyx. Okay, now this is resin. This is a resin bead. So let's speed this up a little. Yeah, this box is, I'm going to have to spend some time on this box. I'm just grabbing boxes and going, but this box is a little wild. So I got to do something else. But I have these bows. If you can see these bows, a lot of times I'll just put a backing on them and make it clip. Or I will make them pierce. For whatever reason, I sell a lot of these around Easter time. So just a small, just a bow earring. Okay, and this is some more of my wooden beads I showed you on those necklaces. Now you can kind of see the inside of what they look like. See if I can get a close-up for you on the wooden beads. And there, these are great, 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 great for giving some definition to your earring, and also that pop of color, and using them as an end bead as well to keep the larger beads from falling through. This, as you can see, I don't know if you can see right here how this is red on the table. So now I'll have to redo this. This I'm either going to repaint or figure out something else to do. I got this in this burgundy, and I got it in a brown, but something about the finish on this just sweats and it bleeds. And I don't know if you can see on the table here, but where it's bled through on the table. So normally keep this in its own plastic bag, but yeah, I don't know what it is about this particular bead. It's a beautiful bead, but the finish on it is just not good, so I would recover that. I'm sure people could put like a fingernail polish or a resin on top of it, but yeah, I would definitely recover that, but because you don't want that bleeding on anybody's neck or ear. Okay, this is more jasper. And this is more of like the brown and black jasper. Yeah, I want to figure out something to do with these two shapes. I really like the shapes of these. If you can see, maybe you can see better on the white. But yeah, that jasper is nice. So I want to do something with that. It's like a brown and black. So there's a lot you could do with that. And let's see what else we have in here. I'm going to tilt the bag. Okay. I'm looking, and you can see I've actually, let me pull this out. I'm sure I was making something, and that's what happens on whenever I'm making a project. Like I said, I normally like to do 50 pair of earrings at a time if I possibly can. And sometimes I'll just go through, and like these are all separated by size in the bags. Let's see if you can see. I'll put them this way. Hopefully you can see them better. But I've gone through the bags here, and I've actually separated the beads by size, so I can just pull and go, pull and go. So if I get one particular style with a certain size, everything is in that bag, I'll just make piles and I'll just stack like 5 or 10 beads. So this is a good example of how I do it, so I'm able to do my work in bulk. Okay, I think we're almost to the end of this. There's just another chain. Once again, I said I love the chain on the earrings. They can get all types of different looks to it. I have one earring here. Let me see if I can pull it over here. We can see here where it has I just put the chain on the side of it, on each side of it, just to give it a different look with the chain. So there's so much you can do with the chains. You can gather it at the bottom, and you could make another bead, a long bead further down. So you're taking this and you're bringing it to a point. Let's see if I can get this in focus. You're bringing it to a point underneath here, and then you're putting another, I don't want to say chandelier, but another tier level on top of that. So much you can do with chains. And I have them all in different sizes. I think I actually got these at Walmart for $1. This is a nice bead that will go with this chain here. This matches it really, really nice. And I thought they had different sizes and different colors. May be mistaken, but I thought they had different sizes and different colors. And here, yeah. See, those are different sizes. See if I can get this all in focus. And different and the darker colors. So you can, there's just so much you can do with chains. And like I said, one day I am just going to do nothing but chain jewelry, and then I can show you all the different designs. So just look on the channel for that. It will say chain jewelry. And let me move the chains out the way. Once again, this is more garnet that I have. It's the chip, the small chip garnet. Really, 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 really dark red. These are resin beads. Let's see here. Yeah, there's the resin beads in here. Okay. And see if I can pull out this garnet real quick so you can see it. Yeah, if you can see that. So garnet. I loved. I've gone to so many gem shows. I mean, that was just my go-to whenever they would come to town. I would be there. So I'm just a lover of beads and fabrics and fibers and all those types of things. Okay, so I think we're at the end. This again, this is resin, and it's supposed to have like kind of that antiquish look on it. So I would probably put it with some big baubles or something like that. And then also too, I would use it on the youth on some of their bracelets and charms. Okay, guys, so for the Burgundy box, put this back in here. I think that is going to conclude the Burgundy box, but let me clear the space real quick so I can show you some of the earrings. This box out of the way. That were actually made from those two boxes. From the Burgundy, remember we had the caramel, and then we had the Burgundy. So we're looking at two boxes, and let me figure out how I can get these earrings over here so you can see them well. Since we're working on the Burgundy, let's go with the Burgundy first. So let me see if I can tilt this so you can see it, and then I can lay it down so you can see it. So I'm tilting it now, so hopefully that'll just give you and these are the cowrie shells. Do you remember the necklace that I mentioned that I said had the big baubles on it? Well, that's this. Let's get it up here where you can see it. And this one here. So I just used those. Once again, I put my favorite shell on the bottom. These are about a 3-inch. No, they're about 3.5 inches. This was the necklace that I showed you earlier that actually had, it was resin, but I had taken it loose and put it in on the box. So this is a nice length for some of my my resin customers, and it's just like a faux type marble look. This is wood. It's nice and lightweight, so it gives you a heavy look and kind of a bulky look, but it's very light on the ears. And like I said, it's about 3.5 inches. This is all wood. Okay, over here, we bring this in. See if I can show you this at an angle first, and then so right there, and now I'll pull it apart and show you. This is the metal, and I think I said that this is aventurine earlier. So there's a precious stone, and then the cowrie shells. So let me move this up a little, and this just gives you a really nice elegant look on that. I really like these. Not sure if you remember those resin earrings, and I'll move everything over to the side since we have that mark, that red mark on there from the other stones. But I'm not sure if you remember when I was showing you, I said I'll show you the earrings. This is all resin, so this is just a little cute nice resin earring in that salmon and pink color. And then I showed you one of these. Let me show these in my hand so you can maybe see them better. I don't know how far down the camera is, but if you can see them, these. And then let me also show you in my hand, see if we can get this over here, the metal precious stone and the cowries. So where's your aperture range? So those are beautiful. Okay, and then now I can go to the earrings with the chain. So just something to give it something just a little different look. Let's see if we can see this in my hand. I don't know. These kind of have to hang for you to see the chain on it. And I just hit the camera and just dropped the earring, so we'll just have a single earring on here. But yeah, they look a lot better when they're hung. Okay, and I was talking about these burgundy beads, that just the wood beads that actually just give it a pop. Remember that necklace, that long necklace that had all the wood beads I said that looked like an accordion? Well, these are the smaller parts of those beads. So it just really gives us just a nice different look. And I think the chain just adds a little whimsical look to it. Okay, 2 more pair and we're almost there. Now, I'm not sure if you remember, move this out the way, the beads that I showed you that I said came from home decor. They're wood beads, and they were strung together with nylon. But this was just, I just wanted something like a different look. Like I said, this came from home decor. It was in like little clusters, and I said, well, okay, that'll make an interesting earring. And on the bottom, to hide where they put the wire for the clusters in, I just put a bone earring on the bottom, so it still gives it a nice look on the bottom. But you have your cluster here, and if you look down inside the earring here, you'll see where there's other bone here and here. And just to give that look of a nice kind of contrast with the wooden beads, I just really like this design there. So let's see if we can see here good enough. Kind of have to pull this to see the whole thing, and you kind of really don't see this bead unless you tip it up, but I just thought it was a nice finish on it. So that one is, let's see if I can pull them together so you can kind of see. But yeah, this is kind of hard to photograph, but you could see how it ends on the bottom and how it just hangs. Just a nice finished look. Okay, and last but not least, I made some clip earrings here, and this is bone. Again, precious stone, and also the cowrie shell. Let's see if I can get you turned around here and turned here. Here we are. You can see that. Let's see it up close. Okay, guys, so these were the earrings that I made from those 2 boxes. Stay tuned for another color. We're getting through the boxes. We have a lot more to go. I'm sure probably over maybe 50 or 60 more of the boxes that have colors in them to go. But we will be doing it a box at a time. And once again, if you like what you're seeing, please like and then comment if you think that there is a better way for me to do some of the designs for the earrings. Please comment. I'm always open to a better way and a more creative way of getting designs completed and offering versatility to my customers. So I'm definitely open to comments if you know easier ways to get this done, and if you know more creative ways of actually making the jewelry and also making the earrings. So once again, if you like what you see, please like the video, comment as well, and subscribe to our channel. Thanks again for your time, guys. Greatly appreciated, and have a fantastic